the distance between north and south and east and west that we are going to discuss. And then neighboring countries of India, and physical division of India. Okay, physical divisions India, and meanwhile the states of India, states and union territories of India. Okay, states and union territories of India, that also we are going to be discussed this lesson. Okay, so location of India in the world map, where it is located, and the area spread, how much it spread, and the neighboring countries, physical divisions of India, and states and union territories of India, that we are going to be discussed today, right? World map you know very well, right? This is the world map. This is the continent of North America, and this is South America, Africa, Asia, and here we have Antarctica and Australia continent. Okay, so this is the continent of world and our world map. Okay, so here you supposed to know where is India is located. Okay, in this map you supposed to know where is India is located. So here India is located in Asia continent. Okay, so India is located in Asia continent. So this is our country. Okay, this is our country, India. So all over the world map, we discuss in second lesson itself the latitude and latitudes, right? The latitude and latitude. Here we have 0 degree equator line. Okay, here we have the 0 degree prime meridian pass, and here we have 0 degree equator line pass. Okay, according to this latitude and latitude, where India is located means India is located in northern hemisphere. Okay, India is located in northern hemisphere, and then according to prime meridian we supposed to divide our earth into 2 parts. India is located in western hemisphere. Okay, so you supposed to know the location of India in the world map clearly, right? Now I am going to be draw India map, right? Just try. Try to draw somewhat correct. from Arunachal Pradesh. Okay, from Arunachal Pradesh to Gujarat. Okay, from Arunachal Pradesh to Gujarat. So what is the kilometer? What is the distance? Means 2,900 kilometer. Okay, so this you should remember the distance. Okay, so with the help of this distance, you can understand how much big our India is, right? So what is the distance between north to south? Means 3,200 kilometer, and east to west it is 2,900 kilometer. Okay, so next we are going to be discuss about, see, in India we have a lot of natural physical features, like lot of rivers, lot of mountains, lot of plateaus are present in our country. Okay, so before we are moving that, now we are going to be discuss about neighboring countries of India. Okay, so neighboring countries of India. So India is located in which continent? I said before itself, yeah, Asian continent. So now we are going to be discuss about neighboring country of India. Again I try to draw India map. That time, this time I try to draw somewhat correct. Okay. Yeah, what rough map I draw. Okay. Yes. So this is India. Okay, this is India. Okay, here we have an island and Sri Lanka. Okay, then, yeah. Before we moving, we can divide the neighboring country into two different manner. Okay. So which country share its boundaries to our country, and which countries are not share its boundary to our country. Okay, so here the country, here we have Pakistan. Okay, so here we have Pakistan. So this is one of the neighboring country for us. Okay, so Pakistan, the maximum boundaries of Pakistan, this share is shared by our country. So next of Pakistan we have Afghanistan. Okay, next of Pakistan we have Afghanistan. So little bit area. See here some little bit area, little bit border is shared to Afghanistan. Okay, so one country Pakistan, another Afghanistan. Here we have China. Here we have China, and here we have Nepal and Bhutan. Okay, I forgot to draw here. Okay, so Nepal and Bhutan. Nepal and Bhutan. Okay, so Pakistan, Afghanistan, China, Nepal, Bhutan. Okay, so here we have one of the countries, Bangladesh. Okay, Bangladesh. Okay, Bangladesh. And here we have Myanmar. Okay, clear? So here we have Myanmar. Okay, so Afghanistan, Pakistan, China, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Myanmar. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So these 7 countries share its boundary to India. Okay, these 7 countries share its boundaries to India. Okay, its boundaries were shared to us. Okay, so Afghanistan, Pakistan, China, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh and Myanmar. Okay, so these 7 countries share its boundaries. Okay, share its boundaries to India. Okay, boundaries is like our compound's wall, like that. Okay, so boundaries to India. So you supposed to remember. Okay, so which two countries not share its boundary but it locates nearby us means here we have Sri Lanka, this is an island, and down in Arabian Sea we have some island in southwest. It is Maldives. Okay, it is Maldives. These two countries also neighboring country to us, but these two countries not share its boundary to our country. Okay, so only 7 countries share its can understand the states of India. Okay, so states and union territories now we are going to be discussed. Just listen the map. Okay, this is somewhat old map. Last year only they divide Jammu and Kashmir into two. One is state, another is union territories. Okay, that you have to refer the new atlas or in Google, right? So from down onwards we will discuss the states. Okay, so this is the state of Kerala. The green color is located. No, this is the state of Kerala. This is the southmost states of India. Okay, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka. Here we have Goa, Telangana, right? Maharashtra, Odisha, Chhattisgarh, West Bengal, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, Punjab, Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, Jammu, right? So these are the Indian states of this map. And here northwest direction, okay, sorry, northeast direction we have some states, right? This is Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Meghalaya, Nagaland, Manipur, Tripura and Mizoram. Okay, so now we are going to be I am going to be explain the capital of each state. Okay, so Kerala, what is the capital of Kerala means? Thiruvananthapuram. Is the capital of Kerala is Thiruvananthapuram. And Tamil Nadu, the capital of Tamil Nadu is Chennai. The capital of Tamil Nadu is Chennai. And Karnataka, the capital of Karnataka is Bangalore. The capital of Karnataka is Bangalore. And Goa, the capital of Goa is Panaji. The capital of Goa is Panaji. And Andhra Pradesh and Telangana both states share capitals Hyderabad. Okay, so still the construction going on Andhra Pradesh state. So the common state for Telangana and Andhra Pradesh is Hyderabad, right? And for Maharashtra, the state capital is Mumbai. The Maharashtra state's capital is Mumbai. And Odisha, the state's the Bhubaneswar is the capital of Odisha. Bhubaneswar is the capital of Odisha. Chhattisgarh, what is the capital of Chhattisgarh is Raipur. Okay, Chhattisgarh capital is Raipur. And Jharkhand, what is the capital of Jharkhand is Ranchi. You know very well, our former captain Mahendra Singh Dhoni was born in Ranchi alone. Okay, so Ranchi. So and then here Madhya Pradesh, what is the capital of Madhya Pradesh is Bhopal. Okay, Madhya Pradesh capital is Bhopal. And Gujarat is Gandhinagar. Gujarat is Gandhinagar. And Rajasthan is Jaipur. Rajasthan is Jaipur, right? So here we have West Bengal. I forgot to say West Bengal. So West Bengal capital is Kolkata. West Bengal capital is Kolkata. Bihar, what is the capital of Bihar? You know very well, Patna. Bihar's capital is Patna. And Uttar Pradesh, the capital of Uttar Pradesh is Lucknow. The capital of Uttar Pradesh is Lucknow. Haryana, so the capital of Haryana and Punjab is Chhattisgarh. Okay, sorry, Chandigarh. Okay, capital of Haryana and Punjab is Chandigarh. Both are shared capital. Okay, Uttarakhand capital is Dehradun. Okay, Uttarakhand capital is Dehradun. And Himachal Pradesh, its capital is Simla. Its capital is Simla. Ladakh for Leh. Okay, and Jammu and Kashmir, Srinagar, right? Suppose we are coming here, northeast states, Arunachal Pradesh, Itanagar. Okay, Arunachal Pradesh, Itanagar. Assam, what is the capital of Assam? Dispur. Okay, Sikkim, Gangtok. Meghalaya, Shillong. Meghalaya is Shillong. Nagaland is Kohima. Okay, Nagaland is Kohima. Manipur is Impal. Tripura Agartala. Okay, Tripura is Agartala. Mizoram is Aiswal. Mizoram is Aiswal. Okay, so these are the capitals of India. Now we are going to be discuss about union territories. Okay, so at present, according to 2020, we have 28 states and 8 union territories, right? 28 states and union territories. So Lakshadweep, okay, Lakshadweep, what is the capital of Lakshadweep is Kavarachi. And Andaman Nicobar Island, capital is Port Blair. Okay, Port Blair. And here Puducherry, okay, Puducherry. And here now last year, the January, last 2020 January, central government merged Dadar and Nagar Haveli and Daman Diu. Okay, so Dadar and Nagar Haveli and Daman Diu was merged in the last January, right? 2020 January. Okay, so hereafter whether your book is updated or not, I'm not see. But Dadar and Nagar Haveli and Daman Diu is now merged together. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And New Delhi, the capital territory, the India's capital, that is a territory of union territory of India. Okay, so Delhi and Chhattisgarh. Okay, Chhattisgarh. Sorry, not Chhattisgarh. It's Chandigarh. Okay, I used to wrong. Okay, so Chandigarh is the capital of Haryana and Punjab, and also it is a union territory. And Ladakh. Okay, Ladakh. Okay, so these are the union territories of India. So you supposed to know the location and its capital of all states and union territories of India, right? So next we are going to discuss about physical features of India. Okay, so physical features of India. Okay, so before we discuss about states of India, next we are going to discuss about physical features of India. Okay, so already I said the natural boundaries of India. Okay, north direction we have Himalayan mountain range. Okay, north direction we have Himalayan mountain range. This is the natural boundary of India. Okay, so this is one of the physical feature of India. Okay, so Himalayan mountain range start from Jammu and Kashmir and it's extend up to Arunachal Pradesh and remaining states, northwestern states. Okay, up to Myanmar it expand. Okay, so in north direction we have Himalaya mountain range. Okay, Himalayan mountain range is present in north direction. Okay, so in west direction, sorry, in south direction, the south east and southwest we have some mountain ranges. Okay, so in southwest direction here we have Arabian Sea, already I said before itself. So the sea, so some states are present here, no, Madhya Pradesh, sorry, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Goa, Kerala. Okay, so in this side we have Western Ghats. In this side we have Western Ghats. It is a continuous mountain range. Okay, Western Ghats present in southwest direction. Okay, it starts from Maharashtra and it's extend up to Kerala. Okay, up to the south. Okay, so this is a continuous mountain range. Okay, Western Ghats is a continuous mountain range. Okay, same like that in east direction also, southeast direction also we have some mountain range, but that mountain range that is called as Eastern Ghats. That is called as Eastern Ghats, but this mountain range is not a continuous mountain range. Okay, Eastern Ghats is not a continuous mountain range. Okay, so in north direction we have Himalayan mountain range. It's fully covered with the snow. Okay, and then the southwest direction we have Western Ghats, and southeast direction we have Eastern Ghats. Okay, so Western Ghats is a continuous mountain range. Eastern Ghats is not a continuous mountain range. Okay, so here in central India we have Vindhya and Satpura mountain range. Okay, so Vindhya and Satpura mountain range we have. Here we have Vindhya mountain range and below we have Satpura mountain range. Okay, Vindhya. So this Vindhya and Satpura one cross this. Okay, so only now we will discuss only the mountain, then we will going to discuss rivers, plateaus, everything. Okay, so Vindhya and Satpura mountain range. Okay, in Rajasthan we have very world floored mountain, Aravalli mountain. Okay, that's Aravalli mountain range. Okay, so Aravalli is one of the world's oldest flowed mountain. Okay, flowed mountain, how it was forming, that too we discussed before class itself. Okay, so these are the some important mountain range which is present in our India. Okay, so next we are going to discuss about important rivers. Okay, important rivers. Okay, so Himalaya mountain range is one of the main source of maximum river. Okay, so many rivers starts to originate from Himalayan mountain range. Okay, so one of that river Ganga. Okay, one of that river Ganga, it's originate from Himalayan mountain and it's flow into many states in India. At last it's going to merge in Bay of Bengal. Okay, at last it's going to be merged in Bay of Bengal. Okay, so Ganga only the national river of India, right? You know very well. Ganga river is the national river of India. Okay, so Ganga and tributaries like Yamuna, Gomati, Son, like that many small river are originate and going to merge into Ganga river, and at last it's going to be meet Bay of Bengal. Okay, so Ganga, one of the important river, and then Indus river, you know very well. Indus river starts and flow through Punjab. At last it's going to be merging Bay of Arabian Sea. Okay, so Indus river. Okay, so Indus river, maximum Indus river, Indus and tributaries flows in Pakistan. Very some part and it flows in India. Okay, so Ganga and its tributary rivers flows northern India. Okay, so this Ganga river make this area. Okay, make this particularly Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal. This area was very fertile. Okay, so when the river is coming to that area, reach that area of people getting more fertile soil and good water facility. So the agriculture was done. This area is very good manner. Okay, this area is called as Northern Plains. Northern Plains. Okay, so this is a very dense population. So density of people also very high in this region, right? So because of Ganga and its tributary rivers. Okay, so you come to South India. Here I said before itself Western Ghats. So the Western Ghats is the main source for originate many rivers. Okay, so one of the main river in Kaveri, it starts from Karnataka, the Kudagu district, and it flows through Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and it's at last going to be merged in Bay of Bengal. Okay, so Kaveri river. Kaveri river. Okay, so next what river we have? The same Western Ghats. What are the rivers this originate means? And then the Krishna river. Okay, so Krishna, it also originates from Western Ghats and it flows in the direction of east direction. From west to east direction is flowing. At last going to be merged in Bay of Bengal. Okay, and then Godavari. Godavari is the South Indian's largest river, you know very well. Okay, so Godavari, river Godavari. Okay, so Kaveri, Krishna, Godavari. Okay. So, this is a very important river which originates from Western Ghats and flows into east direction, at last merge to Bay of Bengal. Okay. So, like that here I said before itself Vindhya mountain and Satpura mountain range I said before itself. So, in that mountain range also two rivers are originated. Okay. So, one is Narmada, another is Tapati. Okay. So, in Vindhya mountain range the river Narmada starts and it's going to merge to Arabian Sea. The same like Tapti. In Satpura mountain range, the Tapti river starts and going to be meet Arabian Sea. It flows to western direction. Okay, so Narmada and Tapti. Okay, Narmada and Tapti rivers. Okay, so then what river we have in Odisha means here we have Mahanadi. Tapti, Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri. So you supposed to know where it is originating, which direction and which mountain the rivers were originate, and which direction it will flow, and which sea or ocean it is going to merge, that you supposed to know. Okay, so Kaveri starts in its western Ghats and flows the eastern direction and going to be meet Bay of Bengal. Krishna also started from western Ghats and it flows into eastern direction and is going to be meet Bay of Bengal. Same like Godavari, also the same like Kaveri and Krishna. Okay, but Mahanadi, here we have a small mountain range. Okay, in that mountain range the Mahanadi starts and it flows into the state of Odisha and last join to Bay of Bengal. Okay, Narmada and Tapati and Indus, these three rivers only going to join the Arabian Sea. Okay, so the entire Ganga river fully. Okay, here Ganga, you know about Brahmaputra. Okay, Brahmaputra, it starts from here, a maximum area is covered, so it flows to China and it's enter in Arunachal Pradesh. Okay, so Brahmaputra, when it was flowing Brahmaputra in China, the Brahmaputra river flows in China. It was called, it is called another name. Okay, when it's entered in India, that time only it's called as Brahmaputra. Okay, it's entered in Arunachal Pradesh and it flows and it at last it's come and join and Bangladesh and going to be meet Bay of Bengal. Okay, so these are the important rivers which these rivers give the Indian states is a very fertile and agriculture based country. Okay, so you supposed to keep reminding you supposed to remind these things always. Okay, so Ganga, Brahmaputra, Indus, Narmada, Tapti, Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri. Right? So next we are going to discuss about plateaus. Okay, so plateaus. Plateaus are mineral rich region. Okay, so plateaus are mineral rich region. You very well notice plateaus. It was high and in that height it was somewhat flat region. Okay, it's a highly elevated and its top was flat. So that region is suitable for mineral extracting. Okay, that region is suitable for mineral extracting. Okay, so we are going to be discuss about now. Got plateaus. Okay, wait. Yes. So, an important plateau of India is the Deccan Plateau. Okay, you know very important plateau of India is Deccan Plateau. Okay, from the Madhya Pradesh to till Tamil Nadu it expands. Okay, Deccan Plateau. It's very mineral rich region, right? So Deccan Plateau. Okay, and here we have Chota Nagpur Plateau. They are not mentioned in your book. Okay, Chota Nagpur Plateau. Nagpur Plateau. Okay, in 8th standard you will study about Chota Nagpur Plateau in your history itself. Okay, so Deccan Plateau, Chota Nagpur Plateau. Like that we have important plateaus in our country. So this plateau help us to extract lot of mineral like coal, diamond, gold. Okay, some iron ore, bauxite ore. So this place is suitable. By how the plateaus were formed means maybe in that place 1000 or 10,000 years before this area was full of active volcano. That volcano was erupted. Because of that lava, the plateau may created here. Okay, the plateau may form here. So that only we are getting very good materials, very good minerals from here. Okay, so and we have Thar Desert. Okay, we know very well Thar Desert. Where we state the Thar Desert present means maximum area covered in Rajasthan, some place covered in Gujarat. Okay, so Gujarat and Rajasthan we have Thar Desert region. Okay, so Deccan Plateau and Thar Desert you supposed to know clearly, right? So before we move into next topic, I forgot to explain three divisions of Himalaya. Okay. So here we have Himalaya. I said before itself. Here we have Himalayan mountain range. We can divide the Himalaya mountain range into three parts. Okay. So three different layers or three parts. Okay. So one is Himachal. Yeah. One is Greater Himalaya or Himantri. Okay. Greater Himalaya or Himantri. Himantri. Middle Himalaya or Himachal. And Shivalik. So what is this? Why they segregate this like three layers means according to the height. See, Himalayan mountain range is this like up and downs, up and downs, up and downs like that. It's present. Okay. So the highest, where the highest peaks are present, that area is called as Himantri. Okay, that area is called as Himantri or Greater Himalaya or Greater Himalaya or Himantri. Okay, so the where the highest peaks were present. Okay, and the highest peaks were present, that place is called as Greater Himalaya or Himantri. Okay, so the middle layer, okay, see, the middle region is called as Himachal. Okay, the middle region is called as Himachal or in the Himachal alone, we have lot of tourist spots. Okay, in Himachal alone, we have hill station like the tourist spot like Simla, Darjeeling, like that places were present in the Himachal region alone, right? So the last one is that the lower level of the mountain. Okay, the lower level of mountain range is called as Shivalik. Okay, the lower level of mountain range is called as Shivalik. So here in Shivalik, what is present means it's very close to that plain area. Okay, so very fertile soils are present. The people started to agriculture this region. Okay, so we can divide the Himalayan mountain range into three layers. One is Greater Himalaya or Himantri, Himachal and Shivalik. Okay, in Shivalik we can see many Hindus religious places. Okay, so this is the classification or division of Himalayan mountain range. Okay, so once again I repeat, after Shivalik we have northern plains. Before itself I said why this place is called as northern plains. Okay, because of in Ganga river, this region getting fertile soil, the people doing agriculture activity, that's why this region is called as northern plains. Okay, so many people, maximum the population of India is present here only. Okay, suppose you are taking survey in Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal, it's a very populated, it's a very crowded area. Okay, like that one in Bangladesh also. Okay, so Bangladesh is also very crowded area. Okay, so remaining I explained before itself about Great Indian Desert. Great Indian Desert and Thar Desert also called as Great Indian Desert. Okay, Thar Desert is called as a Great Indian Desert. Okay, so all the river we explained clearly before itself. Okay, so you supposed to read very small lesson only. Okay, you should know the neighboring countries. What are the countries shares as boundaries of India and how many states we have and union territories and its capital. Okay, see I am not explaining the capital because you know very well in recent one you studied about states and capital. That's why I am not explaining the capital, states capital. Okay, so the physical features of India. Okay, so very small lesson. You supposed to take one map and practice yourself. Try to mark the Indian states and capitals and union territories and natural physical features by your board. That time you can remember the things in future also, right? So for this you have worksheet. Definitely you have worksheet. Do the worksheet. In good manner and right manner, right? Yeah, I hope you all understand what we discussed. Any doubt you can call me anytime, right?